process.
Yeah.
I mean, we all feel the same things, and we're all approaching life from the very same place. And social media really does kind of dictate what that is.
But yeah, it's so true. I mean, I think for women, I mean, I've never cheated on my husband. I'll say that out loud on this podcast. I've never cheated on my husband. I guess you never truly know, but again,
it's okay.
That's what we're going with.
It is what it is.
But from what I love to do a lot of reading on relationships and just talking to friends. I feel like women cheat. There's usually an emotional component to cheating with women, where they feel emotionally starved in their relationship. That can bring on some low self-esteem as well. And I feel like that can cause a woman to want to go out there and be unfaithful. So the reason why I'm bringing this up, because that article said, that the reasons men and women are cheating are similar. But I know for just what I've heard and read and all of that, the women usually there's an emotional connection or emotional pull, or they're not getting what they need emotionally, and so they try to seek it elsewhere.
I can hear that because I can think of guys who are in the same position where they are the ones in the relationship feeling either underappreciated, undervalued, or not getting that emotional need met, compounded by the thought that a lot of time men just really don't communicate our emotions very well. You know what I'm saying? So then when it comes down to it, we find ourselves in these positions and don't really know what to do about it. And next thing you know, the secretary's looking mighty fine for some reason. You know what I'm saying? I could see how there's a one-to-one, but I can also see on the flip side of that coin how there's another one-to-one. Because as a man, I can tell you that sex for us is, if there's an opportunity for sex, just bold-faced sex, it's a thought.
Well, it
just is what it is, and I believe that for some women, that's the case too. It's less to do with emotion and more to do with just physical need. Like, ooh, yeah, that looks fun.
Well, and I could be very wrong with this, but I feel, I could be thinking of back in the day, but I feel like the thought is that you guys, girl's looking good, you don't have enough self-control, so yeah, she looking nice, so take a little bit if I can. But women, there is that, okay, he's making me feel real good by the way he's talking to me or looking at me, so this is interesting. He's stroking that emotional side that may not be getting stroked in the relationship.
Yes, and I do agree that some women are activated by that. I just also believe that, especially in today's day and age, when giving out your phone number is intrusive, but giving out your Instagram or your Snap is not only ubiquitous in the culture, but it's also just like a means of like broadcasting yourself and what it is you're looking for out into the world. You could end up finding yourself, especially as a beautiful woman out here on Instagram, you're getting so much attention whether you like it or not, that it must be hard to not come across somebody that doesn't tickle your fancy. Well, it doesn't necessarily mean you're going to do something about it, but I can tell you that most men don't have that experience. Like, that experience is completely foreign for most men. Most men. Like, if I'm a celebrity athlete, big and tall, muscular, good-looking guy, we probably share a similar experience. But if I work at the post office, and I've always worked at the post office, and my daddy's daddy worked at the post office, and I'm just a regular dude, I've never had that experience. It's probably not happened since high school, if it happened at all.
Well, I mean, you do bring up some good points. First of all, with the social media part, the access, just the access,
pure the access.
Purely
off the access. Not having access. You haven't done anything. Just purely off access.
We just have so much more access. I can probably get in touch with anybody that I know right now. than I've ever known, to some extent, right? So do you think about it like that, then yeah. So that's a really good point. But you know, you're right in. I think this is where the gaps are closing in.
Right. Okay.
Because
yeah, see, this is where the gaps are closing in. Right.
To what you're saying,
right.
That it's because of social media, because of the access, because of the way we're interacting with people. Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and act like there's no other guy that has ever been attractive, or
I'm sure.
I'm sure for you there's, and see, so we need to dismantle that.
Yeah, let's just
don't expect that your man or woman is never ever gonna find another woman or man attractive. Come on. We're human beings, right? There's other people. Everybody got a celebrity crush.
Yeah, we gotta deal with the reality.
Deal with the reality. And so that is the reality. But you're right. How you act on it is what makes the difference.
It's the only thing that makes the difference.
I may see a guy even at the gym be like, "Oh, yeah, he's cute. He has a nice body," but for me, they're not him. So I'm not. It's not going beyond. Oh yeah, he's nice on the eyes, right? Same with him, And I'm not gonna speak for him, but we've had these conversations. So I'm not gonna act like he's not gonna find any other woman attractive or beautiful or whatever, but she ain't me. So
that's facts. That's facts. No, I mean it's
she can be boasting, y'all. I gotta rub it in a little bit.
I love the energy. All I'm saying is in what we find attractive along the way, right? I like your arm up there with you. I like it. See. All right. So what I'm saying is the things that we would find attractive might be different. Men to women, but honestly I feel like for a lot of it is the same. What we know as men is women like a good looking guy. Now, is that every single woman on the planet? No. However, one way that we can tell that women like a good looking guy is if you think of it like this: a good looking guy and a not good looking guy coming up to a woman and saying the exact same thing.
Well, there's other factors that play into that.
That's fair.
Because if the not good looking guy got money, but the good looking guy broke,
maybe
that might change.
No, only because
if
you're talking about relationships, yes. But if you're talking about sex, no. Relationships come with sex, yes. But that's not what we're talking. We're talking about the want, the desire, the oomph behind it to say, yeah, no, I'm trying to see what that feels like. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to go over in that direction. That good looking guy is just pretty much hands down, knock it out the park. Now, that's not a blame or anything. There's nothing to say about it or anything. It is what it is. Because quite frankly, people like beautiful things. Fine. Because men operate no differently. However, sex doesn't require the deeper connection. That's the hard part.
Right.
Sex doesn't require me to know who you are on the inside and care.
You as a man. Maybe some women too.
No, yes, definitely. Some women, a good number of women, a lot more women than I think we as a society give credit for. Mm-hmm. I think there's a lot of women out there who have to quiet themselves because if they don't, there's ostracism behind their behavior versus if I was to do the same thing as a man. It's not, we don't have the same experience.
Right. True. That's
in that
true.
way.
Absolutely.
If we move the same way, we don't have the same experience. Yeah. Our experience is different.
Yeah.
And we have to be sensitive to that.
So, okay. I have a question for you.
I have an answer.
And I know we've talked about this off camera before. So, I'm going to talk about it on camera.
Okay.
Do you think that we were built to be monogamous? Before you answer, I feel like certain people, like Christians, could take offense to that question. Because, we're taught, to live a certain way, you man and woman, that's it. And so I don't want anyone to take offense to that question, because we really do need to, with the divorce rates as high as they are, we really do need to ask ourselves these questions. We got to talk about this. Also, I don't want this to be used as an excuse to condone cheating, right? Because it shouldn't be an excuse to condone cheating. But when we strip all of the societal aspects of this and we get down to the root of it, my question is, were we built to be monogamous?
In my opinion, absolutely not. I don't think there is a whole lot of evidence about us physically that moves in that direction, and I don't think that there's a whole lot about us